Hi everyone, it's Dana. I hope y'all are doing well today. We're gonna play today. I've been on an ephemera making just binge. I just finished all of these pockets, tags, and journaling cards. And I have some more actually that I would like to do. And I'm utilizing my Tim Holtz paper. Now, if you've never bought Tim Holtz paper, what I absolutely love about his paper, besides the designs and the quality paper and all of that, is in the back of the pad, he has all of the designs in smaller versions. So these are 6x6s of the papers that are in the paper pad. And then he's got these little bitty squares of all the papers. And he also has the some 3x4s. So what I'm going to do today is utilize, I'm going to pick one I think I would like to use this one. And what I did with the other stack, I just was thinking one day, what am I going to do with these 6x6 papers? Oh no, I just ripped that. Darn it. Sometimes they're glued in here like crazy. And I can't separate them. Okay, we're going to do our best here. See if I can get that separated. There we go. We've got a little rip there. So what I'm probably going to do is trim that off. So I was thinking the other day, what can I do with these 6x6 papers? Because I had a, get my paper trimmer, and I'm just going to trim these apart while I chat with you. I was almost done with this one paper pad that I had. And I think I'm going to trim off this little part that I tore first. And all I had left out of the paper pad was the 6x6s and the 3x4s and the little, I think they're like 2-inch squares or 3-inch squares. I think it depends on which paper pad you have. And so I was thinking, what can I do with these? And so what I chose to do with the 6x6s was I cut them in half after I cut them apart. And I made pockets out of them because they're a good size to do that. I do have to trim them off just a tad to make them about, I'm going to have to measure. I can't remember whether I did them 5.5 or whether I did them, oh my gosh, my daughter has got my ruler just all gummed up. Let's see. I made them about 5.25, so that's what we'll do. So let me trim each one of these in half, and then I'll trim them at 5.25 first. And so I thought they would make really great pockets. Sometimes my trimmer doesn't totally cut all the way through. There we go. And then I'm going to cut them at 3. So just right in half. And that's a perfect size pocket. So let's go ahead and just do the rest of these. And so that finished up the rest of my paper pad that I had. I'm going to save those little strips. So we've got those. I don't think I did that right. One is taller than the other. Oh, you know why? Because I trimmed that top one off. That's okay. It's not a big deal. You can have a shorter pocket. It's not going to hurt anything. So I turned them into pockets, and they're perfect. And so I just love how they turned out. So I thought, well, why don't I just do it with another sheet, because I can't have too many pockets in my stash. Let me measure this. What is this? It's not quite 6. It's like 6 3/4. So let's go 2, 5/8, something 3/8, something like that. Yeah, no, that still didn't work. Oh well. So, okay, so we're done with the trimmer. And before I start doing anything else, I'm just going to grab my little punch here, if I can find it. There. And I'm just going to notch these out. Sometimes with my stash, I get a little confused of what's a pocket and what's a journaling card. And so I notch my pockets so that I know they're pockets. So I just eyeball the center, and I just take a little notch out of the top. And I thought, since these are Tim Holtz paper, that maybe we could utilize the Tim Holtz paper dolls, because I have a bunch of those, and I did those on my other ones, and they're so neutral, they pretty much go with anything, and with any journal, and they're really cute on top of that. So I'm going to show you how a quick way to kind of, let's just take 4 different colored ones. Let me take the bigger of them. This one, and then I think we have a writing one. Yeah, this one's really cute. Okay, just set these aside. I'll probably finish these ones later. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a formula for them. Let me make sure I'm in frame here. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to have kind of a formula that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use music paper. I'm going to use book page, which I'm probably going to have to pull out of my collage. I have a little folder of collage stuff that I keep just for collage. And I think I need to pull out a little more music too. So let me just do that while I'm in here. And let me find some old book page that I like. That's dictionary. I don't want dictionary. Did I use all my book page? Okay, we can use this. So I'm basically going to use book page, music paper, and doilies, and I'm going to lay the base, and then we will decorate. So I'm just going to randomly kind of just tear, and that's probably too big, and I'm just going to kind of lay them out. And take this edge off here. Yeah, like that. I'm trying to kind of move through this fairly quickly because it makes the project really quick. When I'm making multiples of something, when I'm making little one-offs, obviously don't do it this way, but when I'm making multiples of something, I like to use the same layout for each one because it just makes it go faster, and then I'll do like 4 of them, and then I'll change it up and do another layout. Okay, so let's do some book page here. I'm gonna get my tear ruler because this is kind of bigger. And that way I can at least just kind of tear the margins off. All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of layer these on here. And I'm not going all the way to the edge because I really want to see the paper, the Tim Holtz paper underneath, because it's so pretty. I just love it. So there's book page. Here's some more book page. We'll lay that one on top there. See, like that map is really pretty. And that one's a little bit longer in space. So let me see if I can get a bigger piece of book page here. There we go. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a doily, and I think I'll cut this one kind of, let's use one of these. I think there's 2 of them here. Let me kind of split this in half. Might be easier to get them apart that way too. Yeah, there we go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fan this doily down at the bottom, just like this. And that just creates a really nice base for us to decorate on top of. There and there. Okay, so I'm gonna ink these. I'm gonna remove all the doilies. And I'm just gonna, as quickly as I can, just run through and ink these, because it just takes time to do that. And then we'll ink everything, and then we'll glue everything down. So I hope y'all are doing well. Things have been pretty uneventful around here, boring. You know, just, I'm getting so tired. I was so depressed last weekend and parts of this week. Just, I have been so just tired of not going places. I miss my church family. I miss my friends. I miss my kids. Just really have been down about that. And I just was in a real funk for about the last week or so. And it just was not pretty. And on top of that, I was just dealing, you know, I'm always dealing with pain. And so it just doesn't make everything any easier to be hurting on top of that. In fact, I think it actually makes the emotions of everything even worse. And so I got into a really bad flare, and so it made all of my emotional stuff just seem that much more vivid and worse. And I just, you know, it was really bad. And so I kind of reached my low point on Saturday. And I woke up Sunday, and my church is on YouTube right now because we can't meet in person. And I was in a state where I just didn't even know if I was gonna log in and listen to the church service, because I just was in such a funk. But I did, and wouldn't you know, God just really spoke to me through through the sermon that my pastor did. And so that was really nice. And then later that day, my son called me, my son who is at college, and he said, "Hey, I went to California for 4th of July, and we're driving back, and we'll be passing through where you live on our way back to campus. And can I stop by and see you? I'd love to see you and the girls, and the dogs and Gammy, and that's what my kids call my mom. And I said, sure, but just make sure your friends can't come in, and since you haven't had a shower and you've been in the car with all these people, we're gonna I can't have you come in the house, and please make sure and wear a mask, and just all of that, just trying to be safe. And so he said, well, of course. And so it was just this unexpected blessing. I haven't seen him in almost 7 months. I haven't seen him since Christmas. And I was so excited. So I just felt like I was at my lowest point on Saturday, and then Sunday God just had all these blessings for me. And so that was just a neat blessing. So it just cheered me up, and I was feeling much better. So just when I pull papers out of the Sherlock book, my glue pages, like, it's so old that the spine just like frays all over my desk. So that was just a neat surprise, and it was so unexpected, and it was only for like 5 or 10 minutes because it's so hot out here in the desert right now, and it was like 112 degrees outside, so he didn't want to leave his buddies in the car for too long, and so he didn't stay for too long. But I didn't care that it was only for a few minutes. It was so great just to see him. And so, piece of music paper tore off on the glue book. Looky there. So anyways, that just really lifted my spirits. And my daughter called later that day from Utah, and okay, I'm gonna tell you something you probably don't know about me. Everybody has their favorite shows and types of shows they watch. Well, the one thing I watch a lot of and that I really enjoy is Japanese anime. And so my kids were just really into that when they were younger. And so I just naturally, as I watched things with them, I'm going to close this glue up because I'm going to use our glitter glue on these doilies. So she called and told me, she's like, Mom, I started watching this anime and I think you're really going to love it. It's just super sweet, and like, it's not like actiony or anything like that. And she said it's just like a feel good type of thing. And I said, oh, okay. So later that night I started watching it, and it was so sweet that it was just like, have you ever had a show, it doesn't matter what kind you watch, but a show that is just so like cute or just like feel good that it just changes your whole mood? And that's what that one did. So between church and my son's visit and this little show my daughter told me about that I watched, oh my gosh, I just was feeling so much better on Sunday. Isn't that funny? It was a blessing. So it's nice to feel kind of out of a funk when I've been in such a funk for a while. So that's kind of me. That's what I do with my time these days. I just literally sit and I craft, and I play my, ooh, my pen stuck in here. Oh my goodness. Oh, the top came off of it. Darn. Okay, hang on. I'm going to have to get something to pull that pen out. That means that's probably really clogged. Let's see. Oh yeah. Hang on. I should make sure all my glues and stuff are all okay before I even start filming. Okay, let's see. There we go. Nope. Come on. Come on, art glitter glue. Okay, if we can't get it, I'll just use Fabri-Tac, which is looking pretty worse for wear over there too. Okay, well, I'm going to have to clean that under hot water. My Fabri-Tac my daughter was using, so it is a mess. You guys know the saga there. Okay, so hopefully this one's okay. Oh yeah, okay. We will use Fabri-Tac then. So yeah, what was I saying? That, oh yeah, that's what I do with my time. Is I craft and I make stuff for my shop and I play my little Animal Crossing game and watch anime. Do I sound like a teenager? Oh my gosh. Obviously, if it was not for COVID, I would be doing a whole lot more. One of my favorite things to do is go hunt at thrift shops and Goodwill for things for my journals. Whether it be, you know, for anything. That is totally not centered. Let me move that over. For anything, whether it be, because I love, one of my favorite things to find is stuff that you alter. So like, I love to find like curtains that have nice lace on it, because lace is expensive, and I do buy lace. I buy a lot of, some of the lace we might use today I got on Etsy. But I love to find stuff that I can use to make covers or find lace on shirts or curtains, things like that, and cut it off. And I love to be able to repurpose things like that. And boy, let me tell you, I miss doing that. It's one of my favorite activities to do. And me and my friend used to go out probably once a week and do that. And, you know, obviously she has other things she's looking for because she doesn't make journals, but we would go thrifting every week. And I miss that so much. Okay, so we have our bases prepared. And let me just clean up a little bit over here. So let's find some Tim Holtz people that are going to fit on here, and I want to check the time. Okay, we're at 23 minutes, so we don't have a ton of time. Where are my people? Here they are. So we've got to find some that fit, first of all. So I think my smaller ones are kind of at the bottom. They're too tall. Oh, she's cute. She'll fit. So we'll use her. He's too big. She's too small. She's a little small, but she'll work. He's too big. I think she's going to be too big too. She's the bigger one of that one. Yeah, too big. Oh my gosh, is this little baby gonna fit? Oh, he's just gonna fit. You know, maybe I'll use him and let his feet hang off the pocket, because he's just adorable. Let's see here. Who else can we find? They're too big. Oh, these little girls are adorable. Okay, I wish they were a little bit bigger, but the ones that are up one size from there are just too big. Okay, so let me get these put aside. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to layer like some printed paper or a label or something, then just find a word and maybe even some lace. Let me grab, I have just a big thing, lace tablecloth over here to the side that I have been cutting up that I found at Goodwill to use as layering. So we can do that here. And we'll just put a piece on each one. We'll do that. And that. I love that open, like an open weave lace, because you can see what's under it. And there, so you can see, I'll see my music paper and stuff. Okay, and then I think we need a little bit of printed paper. Let's use some of this. I just have some off to the side here that I've been using in my projects. So we'll put that underneath our people. Yeah, that'll help them stand out a little bit. Just like that. Okay, and one more. Let's see. How about this one? Ink these really quick. And the little baby too. Just take care of any of the weight edge that's showing from when they cut the die cut out here. That there. See how quick these are to put together when you use the same layout for each one. I just don't do too many of the same one. I'll change it up for the next, like, 4 of them. Okay. All right, so now we'll glue these down. I'll start down here at the bottom. We'll lay some glue down for our lace. Not being super precise about it. That's okay. And lay our paper down. And our little girl, she's adorable. Cute. Okay, and I'm going to search for a word for that one. I just want to get all these down first. Oops. I'm being clumsy now because I'm trying to rush to get done before my phone hits that 33-minute mark. Ah. Okay. she is. How pretty. She's dancing. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, let's do our little baby here. I got strings from the fabric tack just sticking to me. And you can see all our little layers that we put on our base. Really cute. I'm going to let his feet hang off the bottom. So when I use him as a pocket, I'll make sure to place it a little farther up on the page because I didn't want to cut his feet off. Okay. Sticky, sticky. My fingers are so sticky. Okay, I'll put this here. And our little girls, the sisters, they're so cute. It reminds me of me and my sister when we were little. There was about that height difference between us. Okay, let me just check our time really quick and see how much time we have. We're almost there. We're at 32 minutes. So what I'm going to do, and I'll show you in the next video. So let's see how these turned out. So we have that one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So what I'm going to do is go through my little bin of fussy cutting that I have here that I've done. It is full. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a word for each one. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to sew around the edge, and in our next video I'll show you how they turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some ideas for what to do with some of those 6x6 papers. And I'll see you in the next video. God bless and have a wonderful day. Bye guys.